Come to order here. And who's calling the roll tonight?
I'm calling the roll.
All right, please do.
Let's get this rolling. Miss Atkinson?
Here.
Miss Bowen?
Here.
Mr. Howe? Mr. Lockwood?
Here.
Mr. Munford?
Here.
Miss Price?
Here.
Chair Davenport?
Here. Before we begin our hearing tonight, we got one item we have to do first. We need to swear in our newest member here tonight, Ms. Fran Bowman. Mr. Hodges?
Hey, Fran, if you just stand and raise your right hand, you can stay there, it's fine. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this Commonwealth, and be faithful and true to the Commonwealth of Kentucky so long as you continue a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully execute, to the best of your ability, the office as a member of the Board of Adjustments according to law? And do you further solemnly swear that since the adoption of the present Constitution, you, being a citizen of this Commonwealth, have not fought a duel with a deadly weapon within this state, nor out of it, nor have you sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have you acted as a second in carrying a challenge, nor aided or assisted any person thus offending, so help you God.
Thank you. Congratulations. Glad to have you. Congratulations. I don't want to hear old enough to fight a duel as Jim Lockwood. So. Sorry, Jim. Unless there's any addition, changes, or corrections to the minutes, the motion to accept last month's minutes, please.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Lockwood, second by Ms. Atkinson.
Mr. Lockwood?
Yes.
Mr. Munford?
Yes.
Miss Price?
Yes.
Miss Atkinson?
Yes.
Miss Bowen?
Yes.
Mr. Howe?
Yes.
Chair Davenport?
Yes. One other thing, we need to approve our 2026 meeting schedule, which is no big deal. But I got one question. Are we not going to have a meeting in December next year? See, y'all think I don't look at this stuff.
Oh, it's on there. So the left column is the application deadline, and the meeting date is on the right.
Oh, I see that now. I'm sorry, I was wrong.
No,
I
we've
do-
made a mistake before, though.
But I
so
do look at it,
Feel free
yeah.
to call us out.
All right. A motion to accept next year's schedule, please.
So move.
Second.
Next motion by Ms. Atkinson, second by Mr. Lockwood.
Miss Atkinson?
Yes.
Miss Bowen?
Yes.
Mr. Howe? Mr. Lockwood?
Yes.
Mr. Munford?
Yes.
Miss Price?
Yes.
Chair Davenport?
Yes, even though I did read the heading wrong, I'm sorry. I see it now. Before we begin our meeting tonight, our counselor, Mr. Hoy Hodges, will tell you what to have to do in order to get your request approved or denied. Mr. Hodges?
And Mr. Chairman, on each of these applications tonight, I'd ask that you take notice of the joint zoning ordinance, the comprehensive plan, the staff report, and any exhibits attached to that staff report should also be made a part of the record. We also need to swear in Amy Scott, Rachel Hurt, Jenny Willoughby, and recognize their qualifications as zoning administrators for the purpose of providing expert testimony tonight.
Do you all swear to tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ladies.
This evening on tonight's agenda, the first two items are requests for variance. And the findings that you're required to satisfy the board with, and they must make, are set forth in KRS 100.243. The board must find that your variance will not adversely affect the public health, safety, or welfare, that it will not alter the essential character of the general vicinity, that it will not cause a hazard or a nuisance to the public, and that it will not allow an unreasonable circumvention of the requirements of the zoning regulations. The last item is a request for conditional use for home occupation. And there's different findings that you have to make with regard to that application, and those are set forth in section 3.9.5 of the zoning ordinance. You know, in that situation, the board must find that the requested use is not detrimental to the public health, safety, or welfare in the zone in which it is proposed, that the use will not contribute toward an overburdening of municipal services, that the use will not constitute a nuisance, that it adequately addresses the review criteria in section 3.9.4 of the zoning ordinance, and that the use otherwise meets the requirement of the zoning ordinance, which includes specific use standards when a home occupation is involved. Now, I mentioned the review criteria in section 3.9.4, and I cannot stress the importance of that review criteria. In that particular section, it states that the applicant must adequately address the review criteria as it may apply to the requested use, one of which is compatibility. So you have the burden of proof. You have the burden to adequately address the criteria of compatibility. It makes no difference if this is a variance or conditional use permit. You have to have a majority vote, an affirmative vote. A pass vote has no force or effect. If anyone's dissatisfied with the result here tonight, you have 30 days to file an appeal, and that would go directly to Warren Circuit Court. Now, I believe that has it all.
All right, thank you, sir. Our first request tonight, T&T Investment Partners, LLC, care of Richard Tittle, have filed an application requesting a variance of 20 feet from the required 25-foot yard building setback to allow a proposed commercial building to be located 5 feet from the property line on the property located at 228 Old Morgantown Road. This property is zoned GB General Business. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We had a pre-application meeting most recently in November for the property that you mentioned, and then is highlighted in red. Just for clarification, these are old aerials, and this property is vacant. The home is gone, so don't want to confuse anybody on that. The existing zoning is general business, and again, the existing land use is vacant. The applicants are requesting a variance of 20 feet from the required front yard building setback of 25 feet so that a proposed commercial building can be located 5 feet from the property line along Normal View Drive. And we do have some property photos for you. This is looking along Normal View. This is from the rear of the property on the alley, looking toward Old Morgantown Road. And this is just another side view from Normal View. And then the applicants did supply a variance exhibit in your packets for reference. If we do look down at the zoning ordinance reference, section 468B, under the property development standards table, the required front yard building setback in the general business zone is 25 feet. This is a corner lot, and so it's considered to have 2 front yards for that. Looking below is the zoning ordinance findings for your reference. Looking over at page 2, the applicant did submit a narrative with their application to address the variance findings, and the board should consider if the applicants have adequately addressed the findings required for granting the variance. Looking back at the first page, under the points to consider, there are none pending any public hearing and testimony we might have tonight. But that's all we have for a staff report. Be happy to answer any questions.
Very good. Any questions of the staff from the board? Any question of the staff from the board? Are the applicants here? The applicants. Does the board have any questions of the applicants? I think I saw it's going to be a coffee shop. Is that correct? No? Okay. Do we need to know what's going to be there? No concerns? Okay. Any opposition to this request? Seeing none, a motion, please.
I make the motion to approve the request for variances docket number 2025-V-21, a variance of 20 feet from the required 25-foot building setback along Normal View Drive. The testimony presented in this public hearing has shown that the granting of the variances and waiver will not adversely affect the public health, safety, or welfare, will not alter the essential character of the general vicinity, will not cause a hazard or a nuisance to the public, and will not allow an unreasonable circumvention of the requirements of the zoning regulations.
Proper motion.
Okay. A motion by Ms. Atkinson.
Second.
Second by Mr. Lockwood.
Ms. Atkinson?
Yes.
Ms. Bowen?
Yes.
Mr. Howell? Mr. Lockwood?
Yes.
Mr. Mumford?
Yes.
Ms. Price?
Yes.
Chair Davenport?
Yes, that request has been approved. Thank you all for coming, appreciate it. Our next request, and normally I do this before the meeting starts, on Magnolia Street has been postponed. There'll be no hearing on that tonight. So if you're here in regards to that, it's been postponed to the meeting in January. And also, under old business, we had a request from last month's on Center Street for a daycare center, and that request has been withdrawn, so there'll be no action taken on that request tonight. So if you're here for that, you're welcome to leave. Now, our next request, Eastside Church of Christ of BG Inc. have filed an application requesting a variance of 29.9 feet from the required 40-foot setback for development in a commercial zone when adjacent to a single-family residential zoning district or use on the property located at 1706 Small House Road. And this property is zoned OPC, Office and Professional Commercial. Yes, ma'am, Rachel.
Thank you, Chair Davenport. We had a pre-application meeting back in November for the property outlined in red on the aerial view located on Small House Road. The current zoning, as you mentioned, is OPC. The current land use is public institutional. And we have some property photos that we can review. We can jump back if needed. This is the site plan, and I'll draw your attention to the right-hand side of the plans. You'll see, actually, if we go back to the photos, the existing church, they're actually proposing to redevelop part of it and basically tear off the right side. And then their new addition would go back, shown in that generally orange footprint. But there is a canopy that they're proposing that you can drive through or underneath, and that's the area in question that the variance comes from. And so, as you mentioned, the applicants have applied for a variance of 29.9 feet from the typical 40-foot setback that's required when adjacent to a single-family use, and we do have a single-family home just to the right there. Section 468CA of the zoning ordinance is where that standard is referenced. And we've included the variance findings for your reference on page 1, running on to page 2. And then the applicant supplied the narrative on the back side on page 2 there for your review and consideration. And you should consider if the applicants have adequately addressed the findings required for granting the variance. Looking back on page 1, we just had 1 point for your consideration. And that is that the board should consider the impact of the location of the proposed canopy on the adjacent single-family property and how it will impact the character of the area. That is all for the staff report, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Very good. Any questions of the staff from the board?
Just one clarification, Rachel. So it's the canopy alone that this is affecting, correct?
It is, I don't know, Lucas may be able to answer this on the fly, I believe, and just, let's see, looking at the scale here, it looks like the main building would be more than the 40 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's saying I'm correct from the audience, so.
Okay. Any other questions from the board or the staff? Applicants are here? Applicants here? Does the board have any questions of the applicants? Any opposition to this request? Any opposition? Motion, please.
I make the motion to approve the request for variances docket number 2025-V-24, a variance of 29.9 feet from the required 40-foot setback for development in a commercial zone when adjacent to a single-family residential zoning district or use. The testimony presented in this public hearing has shown that the granting of this variance will not adversely affect the public health, safety, or welfare, will not alter the essential character of the general vicinity, will not cause a hazard or a nuisance to the public, and will not allow an unreasonable circumvention of the requirements of the zoning regulations.
Proper motion.
Okay. Motion by Ms. Atkinson.
Second.
By Mr. Lockwood.
Ms. Atkinson?
Yes.
Ms. Bowen,
Yes.
Mr. Howell, Mr. Lockwood,
Yes.
Mr. Munford,
Yes.
Ms. Price,
Yes.
Chair Davenport.
Yes, your request has been approved. Thank you, Zim. Good luck to you. Merry Christmas to you all, too. Our next request tonight, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce this name, I'm sorry, but it's the name on the application. Have filed an application requesting a conditional use for a home occupation, more specifically for childcare on the property located at 1917 Curling Way. The property is zoned RE Residential Estate. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We had a pre-application meeting for the property on Curling Way back in October. Current zoning of the property is RE. Current land use is single-family residential. And then here are some photos of the property. And then here is their site plan, which is also available in your packet. The applicant is requesting a conditional use permit to operate a home occupation, more specifically for childcare. So looking down to the zoning ordinance reference, Article 5, Section 5.1 of the use table, a conditional use permit is required to operate a home occupation on property zoned residential estate. The zoning ordinance reference is then provided, further information on home occupations is then provided on the bottom of page 1, and moving over to page 2, which is where we'll look at their provided conditions, about bottom half of the page. So first is the hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Number 2, there will be a maximum of 6 children on the property at any one time. Number 3, a paved circle drive will be installed that connects to the existing driveway so that there is no backing up on the property. And then number 4, there shall be no employees involved in such home occupation other than the property owners. The conditional use permit findings are there on the bottom of the page for your reference, and then we'll look back to page 1 with some points to consider. The first is that the board should consider if adding a circle drive for the purpose of a home occupation is keeping with the character of the neighborhood. There are no other circle driveways within this section of Shamrock Acres subdivision. And then the second, the board has not granted approval of a home occupation with hours of operation extending to 11 p.m., and the board should determine if the proposed hours of operation are compatible with the single-family neighborhood. And that's all that I have for the staff report, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Any questions of the staff from the board? Board have any questions? Applicants are here? Yes, would you come up, please? We need to swear you in. We need to swear both of you going to speak or just you?
I can speak.
Okay. Your full name and address, please?
I'm Wina Moneshel Benjamin, 1917 Carling Way.
All right. Do you swear to tell the truth, sir?
Yes,
Thank you very much. Just a couple of questions. Obviously, you're trying to open up a business in a single-family residential neighborhood.
yes.
How do you think this is compatible with the existing neighborhood? Is it?
So our operation will be Monday to Friday, but some Saturday, because we are trying to help some people who have a problem with lifting their kids and they have a limited financial. So we're trying to help them for those hours.
I have concerns about 11 p.m.
Yeah.
We can reduce, we can start at 7 to 6, it's okay.
Okay, I would feel much better.
It will not affect our neighbors.
That's more typical for a daycare anyway. And yes, just so the neighbors wouldn't be disturbed at 10 o'clock at night because traffic were coming and going.
Do you plan on putting a sign on this property if you get this approval?
Yes,
What if we say we don't want a sign on the property?
it's okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Because it can help, it's only 4 to 6 kids, so it can be from one family or 2 different families. So we don't need a sign to put a sign to show here is daycare, but we need only the approval to operate the business because we can't do it illegal.
And how many children do you plan on?
6,
Six?
maximum 6, no
And-
more than 6.
And what age group are you talking about?
It depends, starting 1 month, 1 month to 14 years.
1 to 14, so up to 14 years old, basically. 6 maximum, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Any other questions from the board of the applicant? All right, thank you, sir.
You are very
Any opposition to this request? Sure. Come on up. Ever who wants to come first? I think few of us have been through that before, so we understand.
My name's Larry Bolton. I live in 1905 Curling Way, which is 3 doors down from me on the corner of Curtis and Curling.
You swear to tell the truth, sir?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Yeah,
all right. You swear to tell the
I
truth?
do.
Okay. Did you get his name and address? Y'all get it? Okay.
Larry Bolton, 1905.
All right, go right ahead.
Okay, sorry for the
That's no problem. You're
lack
fine.
of respect there.
You're fine.
If you put that picture back up that was on there, you can see something that's been a bit of a disturbance for us, and that's, there's a semi park there on the street, and sometimes that end of the street is being used as if it were a driveway, and I wouldn't be here to complain about that, but I do watch as a lot of, if you go into that's Cave Mill Baptist Church there behind the semi, and if you go in a lot and go to the front of the church, it's immediately in front of the Natcher Elementary. And a lot of parents take their kids down there, walk across, and then they come back. And create congestion for that. You know, I've been there 30 years and seen a lot of change, which is okay. But we're being encroached by business everywhere. You know, it's not just, I mean, there's business by their house. I'm sure that church is counted as a business. And I'm really opposed to any kind of official business in our neighborhood. My children and grandchildren travel those roads right by them there. And I don't think that I think it would definitely change the feel of the neighborhood. And, you know, if you guys approve this, you may have 3 or 4 kids and then you may have 30. And I don't know if there would be a limit or some way to change that, but
There is a limit,
there is a limit.
because it's in a home.
Oh,
There's a
may I
limit.
ask what that is?
Rachel?
So the limit would be no more than 6, and that's just by the ordinance. So if
Oh.
for some reason we found out that there were 10,
Yeah.
we have a code enforcement mechanism through our office.
Well,
that
and then,
we
yeah,
can
and
use.
thank you for that. But then I'm not going to report a neighbor. I'm just not going to. I'd rather go down and talk to him myself, but, so if there were 30, I'm not going to call you guys and report it. I just don't think that's right. But I'm opposed to it, been there a long time. I think it's going to affect that, especially that little end of Curling. Curling's kind of in 3 sections. There's that end, then there's to the left that goes to Grider Pond, and then it goes over Grider Pond, and there's another kind of feel of a neighborhood there. And so I just want to say I'm opposed to it. Mean nothing against these folks at all. I've not met them, and I appreciate you as neighbors. But I do want to put my opposition in.
I understand. Any questions of this gentleman from the board? Thank you very much, sir. Did you want to come up too?
My name is John Russell, and I'm at 1909 Curling Way.
And you swear to tell the truth, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go right ahead.
A lot of concern is a lot of traffic that comes through from Cave Mill, uses Curtis and Lassie as a cut through to get to Small House and vice versa. And I'd be concerned with a lot of the traffic that's going back and forth through there during the afternoons and during the mornings for them, as well as any kind of congestion that might be next to the properties.
Okay, all right. Anything else?
But
Okay,
that-
thank you very
that's
much.
it.
Appreciate it. Ma'am?
Good evening. I'm Cheryl Rinker, and I swear to tell the truth.
And your address?
I'm representing my mom, Sylvia Rummel. I'm her power of attorney, and she lives right next door to the applicants at 1913 Curling Way.
All right, do you swear to tell the truth, ma'am?
I swear.
Go right ahead, thank you.
She's 83 years old, limited mobility. She gets around pretty well. She does use a walker to go down her driveway and meander through the area. One of the reasons why we picked a location was because it had a dead end and there wasn't a lot of traffic. We didn't have to be concerned with her. Allowing the applicants to install a daycare center creates grave concern for me. Obviously, with her being at that age, she can't get out of the way of a vehicle coming that quickly. If a parent is running late to pick up their child or coming to drop off their child, they're going to be in a rush. Another concern of mine is the disarray of their property. We've had multiple conversations with their children as they kick the ball to our site, to the fence, and now there's, what would you call those? Pieces of the wood missing. The parents do nothing to take care of this, so if we now have age group from, say 6 that's outside in the backyard playing to 14, the wall is gonna, and it's just a wooden fence, is gonna continue to deteriorate. It's not only our side of the fencing, it's a security issue, is what I'm trying to get to for the children at the daycare. Both sides of the fence, one that goes up against the church as well as ours, is in very much disarray. None of the fencings to enclose the children are attached. One's just setting off to the side, the other one is just barely hanging on. There is just debris throughout the backyard. At times throughout the year, the grass is let to grow this high, and then they will mow it. Again, a concern for ticks, fleas, and other things that may be in the lawn. With it being a dead end, as they're showing up there, they do use that for parking. So the proposed turnaround, which is really not a turnaround as far as how I see it, they will be backing up. I went and took pictures today. Unfortunately, I'm not very savvy with the computer, so I don't have it to just show you. But there is not enough turn when they're going to be trying to make that radius without not having to back up. And then you'll have traffic backing up, and my mom's house is right there, right next to it. So again, if she's walking out, if someone's not paying attention, there could be an issue with her, as well as children when they're being dropped off or picked up, excited to see their parents, excited to see their friends, just running. So I'm very much opposed to having a daycare center in this location. Our neighbors are very great. They've been very helpful to my mom, and we are thankful to have them. But I just don't see this as a perfect fit for the neighborhood. As our other fellow neighbors have also concerned, the traffic would be an issue coming in and out of the neighborhood at the specific daytime hours that they are proposing. We do see a lot of traffic, as our neighbors have also shared, with the children for the elementary school that is coming, from our neighborhood into where the school is, and they use the church as a bypass. I haven't seen too many of the parents, but I have seen some parking on the dead end coming to pick up their children, which again could be a hazard for all involved. I'm definitely opposed to having this being approved.
Very good. Any questions of this lady from the board? Thank you very much, ma'am.
I
I'm
will
sorry.
say one
Go ahead.
thing. You understood that one of their conditions is a paved circle drive?
I'm sorry?
The applicants had put in the conditions that they would put a paved circle drive to avoid anyone backing out.
Yes, I am aware of that, but if you
Okay.
look at their site plan, that is not a circle drive, that is an arched drive. A circle drive would be coming in one side and coming out. There's not enough radius, how they have it shown on their site plan for a vehicle, especially, as we all know, when you have children, you have a larger vehicle. You're not driving a sports car, so you need a larger radius to be able to safely turn to get back onto your road or into their driveway. They also stated that they would have parking. Obviously you can see there too, you can only have 2 cars parked. And then there's a chance that a child's running out, they can't see it. It's not a full circle, it is just an arc. My understanding as well is that the runoff from the water all runs down towards their house and towards the church. We've been having lots and lots of rain, and we're just about to get into that season again. I just don't see it as being feasible to be safe for the children. Should this motion be approved, Are the applicants also proposing to do the necessary repairs to the property before children are inhabiting their home? Because as it is now, it's a danger. If they have a 3-year-old, 5-year-old, and they turn their back, and we all know how children are, they, in an instant, can be out of sight. From how it is now, any child can go crawl through there, walk through the open spaces. It's a danger.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the board? Any other questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Any other opposition to this request?
May I clarify one thing on the Circle Drive?
You can.
Because it's written in the condition, if you were to approve the application, even though the site plan, the way it's drawn, doesn't depict a circular drive, before they could actually install any type of pavement, they would have to request a site work permit through the building permitting office, where we would then review the final layout of that drive, and we would not allow the configuration shown on the site plan. We would make sure that it is that full circle to where the radius is appropriate and cars could get in and out to meet the conditions. So I just did want to clarify that.
Well, I did have a concern with it connecting to the existing driveway. If there's more than 2 cars in that driveway, it's going to be very difficult for them to pull in on one side and go out the other side if there's more than 2 cars in the driveway. In other words, if a parent comes and 2 or 3 of them want to stay for coffee or something, and they park in the driveway so they don't block the load and unload place, the people coming in are going to have to back out for sure. So I do have concern with
And
that.
you've got
But you're going to solve that problem by making them a circle drive.
Well, it would connect with the existing driveway, so if that's a concern you have about people staying for coffee, I would let the applicant address
Okay.
that, or any concerns with the fencing, I would let the applicant speak to those.
And the guardrail, of course, is at the end of the street, so there's no flexibility there, obviously.
All right. Okay. No other opposition? Would you come back up so you can respond to their concerns, please? You need to convince us.
Yes. Thank you so much for all the concern. As my neighbors, they said about that. We are trying to help people who have financial problem. We have those people who they are single parents and they have 4, 3, 5 kids, and they can't afford to pay the daycare, to go to pay to the daycare because they have limited income. So we do have like a lot of people, they will come in to drop their kids, but it's only one family or 2 families. It means 1 car at the time on morning can drop off the kids, then they can come, they can go back, and they are coming back to, maybe at the end of the day, they're coming to pick up their kids. So we are trying to help other people. It's not about, it's why I said, even if we don't have a sign, it's okay. We're trying to help other people because we doesn't need people to be separated with their family. And that they have a right to live. They need to go to work to pay their bills. How they can do that? So as human beings, we feel like, why we can't ask the permit to do that to help other people? It's not about to making money, no, but it's to helping other people. And we need to be allowed with, according to the law, to do that. We can't say like, oh, sister, brother, you can leave their kids here tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. I think we may be in trouble. It's why we try to help other people. And if there is other small issue, I think we can fix it. If there is other problem or any concern, any problem, you can let us know, then we can fix it. Because as human beings, no one is perfect. No one is perfect. We know even the neighbors, like my neighbor there, one day her mom fell down, but she need my help. Who see that was my son at the time. He went to take something in my vehicle and they say, Daddy, somebody calling there. So we need to help other people how they can live, that's all. So if the body will allow me to do that, I think we'll be okay because we're gonna save the future for others. But if it's not, it's okay. We'll say glory to God. We can't say nothing. That's all.
I think our biggest concern is putting a business in a single-family neighborhood, how it affects the character of the neighborhood. There are no other businesses in that neighborhood. They mentioned there's a church on K Mill Road and some other, but that's on K Mill Road. It's not in your neighborhood. And it's a business. And if you have up to 6 children, you could theoretically have 6 different cars coming in and out at the same time. And I think that's our concern and their concern.
Yeah, as I said,
And your mission is admirable. No one's questioning that it's a wonderful thought that you're trying to help out families. Our job is to make sure that the circumstances are such that it makes sense for the neighborhood and for the children. One thing about a normal daycare is that they would have a fenced-in, totally fenced-in on all 4 sides play area. Now, currently, I didn't see it, but do you have any area that's totally enclosed for the benefit of children?
I need to check on the fence. I need to check maybe something is broken. We can fix that. I think it's
Okay.
a small problem. Yeah.
Any other questions from the board of the applicant? Thank you, sir.
You're very
Appreciate it.
welcome.
Motion, please.
I make the motion to deny the conditional use permit docket number 2025-C-57 for a home occupation located because the use would be inappropriate for the single-family neighborhood and potentially cause traffic issues or parking problems.
That's proper
Okay.
motion.
A motion by Ms. Atkinson, a second, please. Second by Mr. Howe.
And just to remind everyone, the motion is for denial.
Right.
So a yes vote is in favor of denial, and a no vote would be in favor of approval. So,
All right. Fran, I think she was telling that to you over there. Without saying so. Right, but she is correct. All right.
okay. Ms. Atkinson,
Yes.
Ms. Bowen,
Yes.
Mr. Howe, Mr. Lockwood,
Yes.
Mr. Munford,
Yes.
Ms. Price,
Yes.
Chair Davenport.
Yes, your request has been denied, sir. You've got 30 days to appeal it to circuit court. And if you need any help with that, they can help you with it. But thank you for coming down, and thank you all for coming down too. The motion has been denied, so y'all made your point. Thank you. All righty, old business, we've already got rid of that. New business, anybody got new business tonight?
New business, there was an appeal filed in circuit court on your denial of a short-term rental on Ben T. Johns Road. I don't know if you recall that one or not, in October. It was on Ben T. Johns Road. It was a request for short-term rental.
They didn't like our decision.
So,
I don't remember do you remember the property?
Is that golf?
No, he was on Magnolia. He was on, who was it?
the
In
applicant was
October?
Jamie Lynn Stewart, no,
Is it in October?
October.
Ben T. Johns.
In the curve, she
Oh,
denied it.
we turned her down a year ago?
Yeah.
We turned down a year ago and she came back again. Okay, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
got it.
That's fine. That's fine. All righty, any other new business? Hoy, thank you. And Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you. And I'm sorry on that. I thought I was going to catch all on one, and daggone, I screwed myself up. Every time I try to get cute, I get messed over. Thank you all. We're all adjourned.